These days the greatest insult a so-called men's rights activist can hurl at another man is the word cuck, shortened from cuckold, the term for a man whose wife is cheating on him. The word has entered the mainstream, particularly after Donald Trump's presidential victory saw an alt-right backlash against the achievements of feminism. But the ideas and language are nothing new. In fact, it was during the Renaissance, from the 16th to the 18th centuries, that Europe had a cultural obsession with cuckoldry. Back then, it was widely believed that women were more lustful than men, largely because they were subject to the whims of their wandering womb. The womb, it was believed, could move independently around a woman's body, causing her to lose control. Thus, if a man were married, his wife was obviously cheating on him. This infidelity would cause the poor husband to grow invisible horns, the ultimate symbol of cuckoldry, and the comic figure of the horned cuckold made its way into fictional songs, engravings, and theatre. It eventually became so ubiquitous as to give the impression of a brotherhood of cuckoldry wherein all wives were adulterous, and all husbands their hapless fools. In Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, a play all about love, marriage, and deception, Benedict jokes about never getting married because it means instant cuckolding. The animal symbolism connected with cuckoldry is complex. The anxieties around paternal lineage due to a cheating wife are obvious in this naming. Cuckoos, of course, that have horns. Countless explanations have been offered for the link between horns and cuckoldry, such as in the 18th century German print Herrbegrabbüs, Cuckold's Graveyard, which suggests a whole panoply of horned animals as the bestial source. The ox, a castrated bull, alludes to the impotence of the wronged husband, while the stag suggests that the cuckolded husband has relinquished his status as a virile sexual pursuer and has become instead his wife's prey. This refers to the formerly prevalent practice of cutting off the spurs from the legs of a castrated cock and engrafting them on the root of the excised comb, where they could grow and become horns, sometimes several inches long. Capons, lacking in sexual hormones, grow fat due to their lack of activity and were prized, and still are, for their moist, tender meat. Their lack of aggression also meant that they could be kept with other hens and roosters. The practice of grafting a spur on their heads served to distinguish them from the other, fully sexed birds. This theory certainly fits with the traditional depiction of cuckolded husbands in the early modern period as older, impotent and often overweight men whose wives seek out younger, more virile and more attractive partners, as in many plays by the French writer Molière. The mockery of cuckolds also links these men to the character of the fool. In the following 16th century German woodcut, called On Adultery, a woman places a fool's cap, or a recap, literally, fool's hood, giving rise to the term hoodwink, on her husband's ears and rubs his head with the foxtail, another symbol of foolishness. This 17th century ballad summoned all cuckolds to meet at Cuckold's Point, an area on the Thames in East London, to repair the footpath that their wives would take with their lovers to Horn Fair, a carnival-like parade that took place every October.